Got it. Okay, welcome everybody. We're so excited that you're here tonight. My name is Bree Holbrook, and I am joined by my friend Stacy West. We are going to be sharing with you a little bit more about, how to start your business. We just want to say welcome to Make Wellness. We're going to take about 20 minutes, so hang tight, take notes, and we would love to share with you a little bit more about who we are and why we're here. I am, like I said, Bree Holbrook. I'm a mom of three. I've done several different things. I've worked in ministry. I've been a teacher. I was a dental assistant, worked in a law firm. Like I've done it all. So, but I'll just tell you this. This has been one of the most fulfilling, for me, opportunities that I've ever had in working with this company. So you're going to hear from Stacy in just a minute, but we want to just start off and say right here, these are ways that you can actually plug in. So if you're thinking like, "Oh my goodness, how do I even onboard?" Okay? I don't know about you, but anytime that you're starting a new job, it's really important for you to get all the information so that you know how to make money, how to serve people, right? And so, tonight we're just going to share a little bit more about how to do that. So, on Monday nights, we have our affiliate corporate team. They give all of the updates. All of these are in Eastern time. So, at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we have the corporate Justin Prince, that's our founder, and several different people. It's just incredible. So, those are at 8 p.m. Thursday, we have our product overview. This is by our doctor, um, you know, what is his name? I'm like blanking on his name. But anyways, Alan Jones.
And
That's
Mark
amazing.
Bartlett.
Yeah, Mark Bartlett. And so that's the really cool thing is you can come and learn the first few months of the business. I would just try to come to as many product overviews just to learn a little bit more about the products. And then Sunday is our team making waves. Obviously, you're on the new affiliate training, but that's every Sunday at 8 p.m. And then right after that, we have our team meeting at 8:30. So we also have lots of Power 30s, which are just working groups a couple times a week to help you focus on income producing activities. Okay. Like scrolling, you're going to find out tonight is not an income producing activities. We actually want to help you produce income. So you want to check the team calendar and you just pick what works for you. You don't have to come to all of these things. We're just saying, but if you only came to one thing a week, I would definitely prioritize our Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. team training because that's where you're going to get the best bang for your buck. And there's a lot of people that are going to be on there. Okay, so if you have not seen this, this is our onboarding new affiliate. These are our steps. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, this business is super simple. We're not saying it's easy, okay? Because you're going to have to be, challenged to go outside of your comfort zone, things like that. But the cool thing about your comfort zone, if you don't know this, it's sort of like every time you take a step outside of your comfort zone, it gets a little bit bigger, and then your comfort zone gets bigger. So, the first thing, if you have not picked your bundle, obviously you've probably enrolled, but you want to pick your bundle. And then, secondly, you want to watch this 30 minutes to launch.com. That is like super important. So if you've not done that, you definitely need to like, don't stay on the call at 8:30. You want to just like hop in to this first. So in that, you're going to see the 5 steps to success in the 30 minutes to launch. That's going to help you make your first post and find your first customer. That is the most important. We want to, after tonight, we want you to you only have about 24 hours after tonight. We want you to make your first post. Your first affiliate or your mentor will be able to help you with that. And then we can talk about some of these other ones, but you definitely want to set up a call with your mentor and she can help you walk through like your goals. The other thing is beat your box. How many of you guys beat your box or are excited to do that? Drop yes in the chat. They want to beat your box. All that means is that before your products arrive, you want to get your first customer before your products arrive. So, and then you can kind of look at some of the other steps. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there is that checklist if you like that. Okay, so Stacy, this is the part that I feel like tell them a little bit about yourself. and then share with them, this whole learn and earn, the 30 minutes to launch. Just tell them, cliff notes of that, and then we'll kind of get into social media.
Yes. Hey, everybody. I'm Stacy. So Bree and I knew each other from our previous company, and it was so cool to connect with her again. We were not on the same team, but we just knew of each other, and when you have that connection, so it's really cool to be able to work with her now. But I'm excited to be on here. I am actually a mom of two girls, cheer mom. So cheer is my life. It never ends. Like we literally had like a 3 week break, and now we're on it again. But I love, love, love what I do. I love this company, and I'm getting into being a better leader thanks to Bree and being able to lead better. So we like doing this, and this is, she said it in another message. It's more of like think of this like an orientation. Yes, there's training, but it's just a good like how to. So one of the golden nuggets that you guys are going to get, even if you're not new, because there were a couple people on last week that hadn't seen this yet because they joined before this even came to be. But this is amazing. This 30-minute launch, even if you're not new, no matter where you are in your business and you haven't checked it out yet, I encourage you to check it out. So in the 30-minute launch, you click on it, you're going to have a nice welcome message from our founder, Justin. It's going to go through, I think there's 5 different videos, maybe 6, but anyway, it'll tell you. And your first one is actually going to show you how to navigate your back office. So it's going to show you where to find your links. So that's important. There's going to be a product overview. There's going to be social media tips, but they're all very short and sweet. So it's nice. You can do one video, then go to the next. Do one video, then go to the next. Another video is Path to Premier. So it's going to give you tips on how to maximize your compensation, your earnings, and hit those ranks. And then how you can announce your business. This is the number one. So after you kind of go through the training, it's going to be like, okay, you want to tell people about it, right? So it's going to give you announcement examples, product post examples. And then at the very end, there's a cool little thing. It's like a golden ticket. And when you're done, you click on it and you're going to tell your mentor, I just did my 30-minute launch. And then you guys are going to go from there. But the videos are super informative and really, really cool. Okay. And then hold on. This is blocking the screen here. Okay. So just like we talked about with your announcement post, right? Before you do any of that, it's always recommended, when you join, you could probably immediately think of, oh my God, I would love so and so to do this with me, or she would be my ideal person that I would love to work with. You always want to, first off, who do you want to help? Because we're not just going to be, a sales advertisement. And you'll learn a lot about that. And Bria is so good about that. We are here to help people. And you always want to think about what drew you to make and what is that ideal person that you want to help and turn around and do the same exact thing. And all those things you can talk with your leader, your mentor, and they're going to help you through that as well.
Love
All
it.
right.
Yeah,
And
tell us about posts. I just had to give a quick confession about posting. I didn't post for the first 2 years in my former company because I cared so much of what people thought about me. It took my husband losing his job with my dad's company. We actually got sued, so he didn't lose his job, but like we didn't have income immediately overnight. That's when I started to learn how to post. So I swallowed my pride. And ended up starting to post. But if I would have known this whole idea of like helping somebody instead of it feeling so icky, I think I probably would have started posting earlier. So tell them a little bit more about posting. I know we talked about their mentor is going to help them with their first post, but tell them, what guidelines that they need to be, thinking about when they make their first post.
yeah. And I think honestly, this is your specialty, Bree, but I know exactly where you're coming from. So a lot of us are also, learning maybe different things. If you weren't a previous business before, and you probably, everyone would realize that social media changes all the time, right? But it's more about, again, I loved Bree's analogy once. She says, do you look at social media as an ATM? Or do you look at it, as like a way to help people? There was another word you probably use, but I think you get my point. So don't you always like to just scroll by when you see people you feel like they're just trying to sell you something, right? So look at it more like, who do you want to help? You're offering a solution and you want to make it about them, not you, and you want to be authentic. So if you just be yourself and be real and be raw, that's going to help steer you so you don't feel like, oh my God, I don't know what to post.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and what the cool thing is we do have this group which we're going to tell you about the 30 days or 30 first 30 make posts. So before your mentor adds you to this group, she's going to go into this group and she's going to help you take that first post in here. Um, she's going to kind of tweak it for you and she'll send this to you. Or you can ask her if she's not on this call, say, hey, I heard there's this first 30 make post. Can you send me my first post idea and I'll tweak it? But you want to make sure to add a picture of yourself and then, post that. But again, you are going to want to start posting at least twice a week using content from this post. So once you've made your post, your initial post, then you'll be added to this make first 30 make posts. You can just take these posts literally, you guys. It's better if people see pictures of you instead of just the product. But if you're having a rough day or whatever, you can just take a picture of your glass, with the product and just, anyways, I don't want to get into too much of that, but people seeing you is going to stop their scroll so much more. So why don't you talk to them, Stacy? If they've made their first post, somebody, comments me, like I want more information. Okay. What do
Mhm.
they need to do then? Because I've had several people already like that they've been like, I don't want to be pushy. I don't
Right.
want to be pushy with people. So tell them why this isn't pushy, what we're about to share, that we're just really sharing information with them. So you're in education, you're in sales for sure, but you're really more into education. So when you educate people and find this problem if they have one, then you just say, would this be a fit for you or not? So we're going to teach you this duplication system. So when people are interested, they comment me on that first post. Where do they find this duplication system?
Right. So if you guys are familiar with boards, if you're not, definitely download the app. It's a free app. Amazing. And we can share also Justin's language if you've never seen it before. It's in there, but I also share it with all mine. My biggest thing is just keep it super short and simple. And I think it was on the other screen too, where you're going to ask them, say, "Hey, I'm excited to hear that you're curious," or whatever, whatever sounds like you. Awesome, you're interested, products, business, or both. Now, for that particular question, that's totally up to you if you would do it on the post or you would take it offline. But you definitely want the conversation to be private after that. And you want to uncover what intrigued them. So you're not going, "Oh, cool, I'm going to send you my link." Don't do that first. So, if you guys have seen Justin's overview video, I'm sure most of you have at this point. That is what I sent. Super simple. First, you want to, let them answer your question, what they're interested in. Say, "Hey, I have a super short video. If you have 5 or 10 minutes, I think it's 6 minutes. So if you say 10 minutes or so to watch it, will you watch it? And I'd love to get your thoughts, and then they'll usually say, "Hey, send it over," most likely. And then you always want to have a follow-up. Say, "Cool, I'll check back with you later. If I don't hear back from you, I'll check back with you in the morning," or whatever. So that's a good start, but you always want to tell them when you're going to follow up.
Yeah, I love that. And really, these steps of duplication, you guys, are in that Boards app under new affiliate. So once you download the Boards app, you can get this. But I would just say, don't even worry about the Boards app until you've made your first post because you don't really need this language. I don't even send my new affiliates the board's link until they've made their first post and they're connecting with their first few people. I just send them exactly what to say. So I just try to keep it super simple. You can see right here, new affiliates start here. That's where you want to go right there. Okay, so tell them, Stace, how to avoid overwhelm because in the beginning, it's like a fire hydrant, right? And you can be like, oh my gosh, there's so much information. So you can get overwhelmed, which we know overwhelm is a choice. So we're going to choose not to be overwhelmed, but tell them how to avoid that feeling, would you
Yeah.
say?
And again, it's natural. So here's what I say. You know, if you ever heard the saying, it depends on, you get as much out of this as you put into it, right? So this doesn't have to be a 40-hour a week. It doesn't have to overwhelm. Baby steps. But if you want to make it a business, treat it like a business. If you want to make it a hobby, treat it like a hobby. So just like anything else, you guys, we are all busy all the time. If you are a calendar person, make an effort, make it a priority, and schedule this in your calendar. It could be 20-minute blocks of time, 30-minute blocks of time. I showed this last time and I always share this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. It's where is it? It's called the Pomodoro timer. I know it has a stupid blurry background, but this is so cool because you could do it on your phone. Yes, I know we all have iPhones. Set a timer. If you're like, okay, this is my 30-minute block of time, zero interruptions when the kids are not around. You mute your notifications. Unless someone is bleeding or dying, don't answer the phone. So, and then you can set a timer for 30 minutes, put it aside, and pick whatever task you're going to do. Whether it be, guess what, I'm going to work on my announcement post, or guess what, I got people to follow up with. I'm going to do my reach outs. I'm going to check in with my mentor. Whatever it is, you devote that time for your business and stick with it. I mean, blocks, you guys probably seen like podcasts and stuff about time blocking. That is probably the biggest like piece of advice I can give everybody.
I love that. Yeah. So, and one of the biggest things that I see people is they feel like that they're bothering their mentor or their leader. You need to be communicating. I tell my people every time they join, I'm like, listen, we're going to talk a lot more the first 30 to 60 days. And I want to hear from you. If you're not talking to me, then that means you're probably not working. So you need to tell your person, I need this. I'm struggling with this. If you have somebody that, my mom didn't believe in this company for, several months. She was like, I don't think this is going to work for you. And then I screenshotted my first paycheck and she was like, wow, okay. So, you're going to have people that do not believe, they can't see what you see in this, and that's okay. I love what Jamie Kern Lima says. She says, you're not crazy, you're just first. Okay. You're just the first one in your family that maybe is an entrepreneur. Okay, so what we want to do this last, 11 minutes that we have here, we want to help you send your first message, okay, or first messages. Right here, it's really important for you guys. Just to make this sound like you, of course, but this is one that I really like. I'm so excited to share something with you because you were one of the first I thought of. I know you love, think about why did you think of them? Did they like taking care of themselves, fitness, helping others, etc.? I am helping, fill in the blank. I'm helping moms, who struggle with feeling overwhelmed or whatever your person is. Would you be open to hearing more about what I'm doing? Or, oops, right here, hey Sally, I have an idea I'd like to run by you, but before I do, how are you? Okay, so a lot of times we feel like, or at least I did, I was like, again, I'm bothering people. But you guys, the thing that I want you to think about is this business is not about you. God put you on this team in with these products and introduce you to this so that you can help other people. Not everybody's going to want this, but there are a lot of people out there that are hurting. They're struggling with anxiety, they're struggling with weight gain, visceral fat, focus, energy, muscle. Like those are the things, those are the people we want to help, right? And so it's selfish for you not to do that. Okay, so this is what we want to, why don't you share with them their next step and then we're going to go back and send our first messages. So just write this down in your notes. This is what you need to do. Like if you don't do anything else, do these things, these three things. Very simple. Stay.
Yep. Yep. And share, yep, share your excitement. Because think about it, it's like when you first start something and you're super, super excited, and then that slowly you want to get in while the getting's hot, right? Is that what they say? So share that excitement, no matter whether they say do it scared, do it nervous, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. Doing it is better than not doing it. And then take a look at the calendar and see if there is a power 30 that you can come. So if you guys don't really know what a power 30 is, these are awesome. It's like a working Zoom, pretty much is what it is. So you literally, again, it comes down to that whole time blocking. You're going to be committed. You're going to be sitting down there doing that Power 30 with other affiliates, and you guys are going to be doing stuff together, whether it be sending messages or doing some posting and that sort of thing. And then, you're just going to just continue to do that. You'll also see, get with your mentor if you guys aren't familiar with what we call the 40 list. Check that out. That's going to help keep you on track with everyone that you speak to. And that is like one of my biggest little, I'm old fashioned. I love to write stuff down. So if you guys do too, definitely get that as well.
I love it. Okay, so let's send our first message, or maybe you've sent your first messages. That's fine. I want you to send another one. So right here is the reach out language. I will type it or put it in the chat as well. So we're going to be silent, and I want all the affiliate. I don't care if you're new, old, you've been around for the whole 8 months. We want you to send some messages right now. We're going to do that, and then we'll close out the time in a few minutes.
Hey Bree, do we want to maybe like we have like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, see if anyone has any questions or anything?
Yeah, we can,
Like quick ones,
yes, quick question.
if anybody does.
Or they can type it in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to say, I want to close with this that do it afraid, okay? And the worst thing that I always tell my people, I'm like, listen, if you're not willing to give this a year, then don't even start this because some of your best customers, some of your best affiliates are they're going to tell you no for 6 months, 8 months, and then they're going to come around a year later and be like, oh my goodness, I need those peptides. So most people give up way before you get a lot better, and just anyways, I just wanted to encourage you with that. So keep it up. Now we're gonna hop off right now and hop back on if you are here for the team meeting. Thank you, Stacy, for helping us, and we'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, bye.
Bye.